Hello, what's up? So we just filmed this beautiful video that you're about to see, and Mario was at the end like, wait, there was a lot of buzzing, and what the crap with the buzzing, and we can't use this because it's all buzzing. Well, it wasn't the guitars that were buzzing. For some reason, our beautiful Carl Martin Roadie Bandmate 15, which I love and you love and we all know is a good amp, for some reason they're now buzzing, both of them. I don't know why, but we have another Carl Martin amp, and to show you that the guitars that you are about to see are not actually defective and pieces of shit crap, whatever that is, they're in fact really beautiful guitars. Just pretend you're not seeing this because we are going to reveal it in a minute. Just pretend I'm holding something else. Listen to this. No buzzing, no nothing. It's not the guitar. It's, for some reason, the Carl Martin amp. So Søren, if you see this, let me know what in the world's all of a sudden happening with the amps. I just used them 2 days ago and it was fine. So all the that you hear, not the guitars. Is that cool? Are we good now? He's happy. Good. Because it really wasn't the guitars. That's nice! Good. And on to the video. I guess that's the camera, right? Guys, is that the camera? I guess so.
Hello.
Hello. God, that's... See, if I'm like this, it looks like I have a halo. Okay. This is a Mario von Helden. That's not a very Italian name, von Helden. He must not be Italian. And that's Alex, you know him, just pay no attention to him whatsoever. We are here sitting, not having coffee because we already had coffee. And you can tell because I'm like, so this guy is working for FACE, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
He also has one right there. And God, I'm lame. So, he stopped by to show us some stuff. Excuse me. See, his phone is like totally color coordinated with the clip-on tuner and the guitar.
Yeah,
but if it goes beep beep again, we're gonna have to castrate you. So, we're here with Mario and Alex, and we're gonna look at some guitars. Some guitars, that is actually completely wrong. I'm gonna have my little floaty camera here. I'm gonna hit record on the little floaty cam. Cause this is how many guitars Mario brought. We have, not those, they're Harley Benton. Very good, but still not what we're talking about. We're talking about, these and loads of guitars, which we're going to look at, which are Gengelico, but of course FACE has a lot more stuff, like this beautiful Orbit,
Triad Orbit.
Triad, that's what I said. Listen to me, Triad?
Triad, T-R-I-A-D.
Like triad, like
triad.
Ah, or like the Chinese mafia. They're the triads.
I don't know. Like the rights from tripod of the stand.
Ah, okay. So, freaking awesome stand. I mean, we have this extremely mega heavy Thomann mic on here. Not that all Thomann mics are heavy. The T-Bone.
It's a retro mic, that's why.
Yeah, it's the Retro Tube 2, I think. Awesome mic for the price. Thomann. But this mic is extremely heavy, and I cannot usually put that on any stand. And this thing is just holding it without a problem with ball.
It's a micro boom. Yeah.
A micro ball, not ball bearing. What do you call these? Is it a ball?
That's a ball swivel system there.
A ball swivel. I like someone to swivel my balls. I'm sorry, I had to. Come on, it's just right. It was right there. So no ball swivel system. I don't want to touch it again because I set it up perfectly. But this is all on balls. We're all 12 when it comes to balls, right? You cannot possibly say the word ball and not laugh.
No.
Okay. So, really awesome. And, we're gonna look at this, later when they send me some of these and I get to play with them and the balls. Because, you know, okay. I'm not going there. He also, brought some Walrus audio pedals, and just the name is freaking awesome. Walrus audio. Yeah, that is, I mean, I gotta give this to the guys from Walrus. Plus, before I get to any Walrus stuff, you go and watch the videos that Walrus Audio themselves make, because, tip my hat to them, holy crap, they make some awesome videos. First of all, this videography the image is absolutely beautiful. They have some cool players, some very unique approach. Obviously, they're going to tell you everything is beautiful in the best pedals because it's their own videos. So, if I find any problems with them, you're going to find a bitching session right here on my channel. We hope we don't find any problems. We hope that they're awesome. But their videos are killer, so check them out before I get my hands on them. Now, we're looking at D'Angelico. What? TC's gonna bitch slap me if we take the tuner off.
It's okay. You need to show the headstock. That's very important when it comes to D'Angelico.
Take the tuner off. Who needs that? The headstock is, of course, very unique.
It's a very iconic headstock. That's the right word.
It's bigger. Oh, okay.
That's the Empire State Building. Yeah.
Ah, that's the Empire.
Yeah, and it's a cover for the truss rod.
The truss rod cover. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. I didn't. And it's metal. By the way, any one of you who likes the high gain stuff and the more drop D, drop C, drop anything world, go away now. Because we're talking about guitars for old people. No, not really. We're talking about guitars that are primarily meant for clean and maybe overdriven sounds. You wouldn't necessarily go and get this in an open drop C tuning.
There is in fact also a solid body D'Angelico guitar that you could use for drop D tunings.
Okay.
Also for 2016 there is a series with Seymour Duncan pickups. It will be released, so they're trying to make the range broader so that it also attracts people from these type of music styles. But of course, classically,
it's rooted in jazz. Let's call it jazz guitars. I mean, jazz is a bad word in some circles, but here it isn't.
Yeah.
We are very much in favor of it. I personally suck at playing it, but
me either.
I can sure try, and you all have a good laugh about it. But Alex just opened the case and grabbed this thing, which is a beautiful white, cream binding. Mario, tell us the model.
That's the EXL-1. That's EXL-1.
EXL-1. That's I personally always like it when companies call these, Frederick or I don't know, Hermione or something. And when you have like model numbers that are XP7T-7, it's always difficult to remember and also make a connection to the guitar. So
but this is because there was an original D'Angelico guitar. John D'Angelico was a luthier based in New York, and he built guitars from 1932 to 1964. So for 32 years, he built roughly 1,200 guitars. And one of his most popular models was called XL.
Ah, okay.
And that's the modern interpretation of the classical XL, and that's why it's called the XL or EXL-1.
Ah, okay.
So
it is rooted in the history, which of course to most people, before this session here, wasn't too apparent. We are lifting the veil. It's a beautiful guitar, and in a very classic tradition with a wooden bridge, and it's only one pickup.
It's an ebony bridge, correct? It's a floating pickup, so it's not in the top, so it's connected here to the pickguard, so to say.
I'm gonna wait. I'm on it. Man, cutting these into the video is gonna be a bitch. Why am I even doing this? So let's see. Here we go.
So it's a floating pickup.
Ah, I can see it. Ah, there, right.
So it's not screwed into the top?
Yeah.
You hold it like there?
So the top can vibrate, so it's like an acoustic guitar.
Ah, okay, nice.
That's the classical approach of these hollow body guitars, like they did it in the 30s, 40s.
And we are playing this, of course, with a Rode Bandmate 15. I'm still confused because it's a Carl Martin amp that doesn't say Carl Martin anywhere. And apparently the company name is supposed to be Rode, the model name is Bandmate 15, but it's a Carl Martin amp, so I don't know how to call this. The little thing that's standing here, that's what we're using. And it's of course a very nice boutique amp with a beautiful reverb, 15 watts, which is what we're miking with a Sennheiser E609, and now play.
And it's a hollow body guitar, that's also important?
Oh, obviously.
So not semi-hollow body, it's a complete hollow body.
It's a full hollow body, okay.
Full hollow body.
I just read an article about hollow body, semi-hollow, semi-acoustic, and the differences.
Yeah.
Which I completely forgot about again, so I'm gonna not say anything to that. Because I don't remember. do the my neighbor is playing next door sound.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah, but what do you know, really? Obviously, with the guitar of that build, nature, and acoustic, the hollow body guitar, there might be feedback issues, but that's not proprietary. That's I cannot say proprietary to D'Angelico. That's just the what comes with the territory. Can I check that out?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I know what I'm doing, but it's pretty.
It's an arc top guitar, so that's important.
Very beautiful. So, see, all the way up. This is how we do it. All the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. That's the only thing I can possibly play that sounds like jazz. And every time I play jazz, I play. And everyone thinks, whoa, man, he must be a good jazz. I'm like, no, that's the only thing I can possibly play. And of course, it was even wrong. No! So that's pretty much the repertoire that I have when I'm gonna play that same thing with every single guitar, because I don't I don't know what I'm doing. Tone stays there for quite a while. Whoa, from here, it looks huge. That's what she said. What? People have complained that I make too many jokes that seem to be...
Referring to size.
Not necessarily that, but that seem to be degrading to women. I don't know. My girlfriend doesn't think so. She thinks I'm a nice guy. Then again, I tell her I'm a nice guy. Maybe that's why she thinks that. I'm thinking if you can't handle it, maybe change the channel. You know, that's a little button at the bottom. Oh! That's a crappy guitar. You slip off the strings. What the crap? That wasn't me. That what? Do we know the string gauges on here? 10s, 11s? Thank you.
These are the Adagio strings that are coming with the guitar, factory-wise.
Yeah, it's definitely not 10s. It's probably more 11s.
I guess 11.
It might even be 12s. Because I can play 11s relatively unproblematically. Beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful.
It's also a good idea to put flat now.
But can it do? Nah, not perfect for that. It's not made. It's most certainly. It's not necessarily if you're thinking of like a rockabilly guitar, like a Gretsch or something. This is definitely with where the pickup is and what it is. A jazz guitar.
Yeah,
that's what it's made for.
That's a more jazz or bebop guitar.
Yeah. Tell us about the price range for this puppy.
This is the standard series of D'Angelico, so this is roughly about, let's say, 1,500 euros in stores, approximately.
Really not too bad. I mean, the build quality seems absolutely beautiful. The paint job is divine, and it's. The cream binding works beautiful with the white.
It does, yeah.
We have Grover tuners, which
Grover tuners, yeah.
You've
correct.
tuned it. How did it feel?
Nice. It's good.
As if he knows anything.
It's a Kent Armstrong pickup also.
Okay. Ken?
Kent Armstrong.
Kent Armstrong.
Yeah, that's known with jazz players. That's
Okay. Kent kennt sich aus, würde man in Deutsch sagen. You don't know what I'm saying. I'm speaking German. Making stupid puns in German.
Kent knows it all.
But we have more guitars to go through, so we're gonna unplug this.
Yeah.
And
I'll
pick
give
the
you
next
another one. Yeah.
Gonna check on the camera here, see if it's actually recording. And it is. That's good. And the mic is still in position, which I'm very impressed by because you have no idea how heavy this thing is.
So with D'Angelico, you have guitars that are a new interpretation of how a D'Angelico guitar could look like, and you also have exact replicas of guitars that already existed.
Okay,
And this
back
is
in the days.
And the EXL-1, for instance, is a new interpretation of an XL classic model, but this is an exact replica of a classic model called the Style B, and this guitar was built by John D'Angelico himself in 1936. Not this guitar, of course, but
exactly like this. So it's like a reissue.
A reissue, a replica, correct? Yeah.
Looks nice.
Which brings me to something, oh no, nice.
Yeah.
Nice flame. Put that in that camera, can we see that?
Yeah, it's flame maple.
Very nice.
No, it's beautiful, indeed. Yeah.
Let me.
And this
put that
guitar is
into
only
you.
available in this color because it's an exact replica of how it looked back in the days.
Now, that brings me to a question that I had with the bass I got. Those bridges are obviously, they're not glued on. They are held in place because of the string tension. Now, the guitars get delivered with this piece of styrofoam under it. So
yeah, that came just out of the box.
yeah,
That's why,
so
yeah.
so you have to remove that. I had that problem on a bass. And I told Harley Benton, and it was a cheap Harley Benton bass, that it would be advisable to instruct people on how to remove that and still keep the position of the bridge, because if I move that bridge just the tiniest bit, my intonation, which is hopefully set up perfectly from the factory, will go out of whack. So how do you get that out of there and still keep the bridge in perfect position? Because I'm gonna have to loosen the strings, and so I'm gonna. Someone said put tape on the guitar, and that's. I don't want to put tape on any top of a guitar like this. That's just against what how would you approach it to remove that?
Good question. I mean, it's the first guitar that I put out of the box here. So yeah, let's. I would check on the internet and look for some good advice, probably. But maybe there's also some instructions coming with the guitar. I'm not sure, because this is a case that I took from the warehouse. Maybe there's, I'm sure there's some sort of information material coming with it.
Well, the information you get that right here, because I have a solution for you right here for free. Wait a second. So some of you might know these anti-slip pads that you get for your cell phone to put them on the dashboard in the car. And I happen to have a whole bunch of these because when I do my pedal demos, I put them under the pedal. If I have to give the pedal back, which I hate doing. So I don't put Velcro on it, I put this on here and the pedal stays perfectly, because it's kind of sticky, but it doesn't leave a residue. So, this kind of thing. Anti-slip pad. This is actually cut. So what you can do is, you put that exactly on the wood. And it sticks and it doesn't move, but it doesn't hurt the paint at all. So now, loosen the strings, take the thing off, and put it exactly back onto that gluey thing, the stick pad, and it's gonna be exactly in the same position. Much better than any tape. It's not gonna hurt the guitar. And here is advice to D'Angelico. Just put one of those in the box. I buy them for $3.99. So if you buy them in bulk, probably no money whatsoever. Put one in the box. Make the guitar $5 more expensive. And that way, and then put instructions in the box. Possibly this video. And then on a Blu-ray, of course. And here, no residue, no nothing. And you have removed the styrofoam. So there you go. Because right now, it's not going to sound at all like the way it's going to sound. Because there's... The strings aren't actually going perfectly into. But you know, it's without taking that thing out. Right now, the attack isn't going to be the same. The high end isn't going to be the same because we have a styrofoam barrier between the strings and the body, which is of course okay. That is made so that during transport it is safe. With the beautiful back on that guitar, is that still in the same price range or is that a higher price range now?
That's slightly higher. It's 100 euros more expensive. So that's 1,600 euros.
Okay, well, with a oh my god, that's a deep flame.
Yeah.
That is very nice. I mean, I would dare, I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna start a shitstorm here, but I dare you to find a Gibson for 1,600 that looks and feels like this. Probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
You might have to be a little bit more diplomatic, I don't know, but I'm gonna say not gonna happen.
There's also a master build series from D'Angelico, so they have a luthier in New York who's making handmade guitars, custom shop guitars, so to say. And Eric Clapton requested a 1936 Style B handmade guitar. There's even a delivery note on the Facebook page of D'Angelico, so you can see it there. And yeah.
Then again, what does Clapton know? Claire who?
Claire what?
Claire what? It's about time Clapton left Fender because John Mayer left, Steve Bailey left, Stu Ham left, Nick West is gonna leave. I think a lot of people are leaving Fender because it's not happening over there. So I'm waiting for Clapton to leave Fender and say I'm not playing Fender anymore. That would be fun. So, but let's move on. More guitars. It's very pretty. That wasn't the chord you wanted. That was not the chord you were going for. And then you were... You wanted the...
I did want.
Yeah, see?
I did.
He didn't get the right chord there. You were looking for...
No.
No? You wanted a C minor 7?
See?
There's a strange woman running around. Is she bringing snacks? Strange woman? Snacks? No? Man. Ooh! That's a...
Yeah, that's a different set of
Metal guitar.
That's like a 335 style guitar now
yeah.
with black hardware.
Yeah, it's also available with gold hardware. That's called the EXSS or EXSS.
We're gonna call it double S. Here in Germany, we're gonna say double S instead of
in
SS.
Germany, we tend to be more careful with that.
That's almost a metal guitar.
Yeah, it's,
Holy crap!
it is in comparison to the other two ones, it is a semi-acoustic one, so it has a very small sustain block inside the guitar. Still very lightweight, 15-inch body. It's the smallest D'Angelico. Kent Armstrong humbuckers in that case, and this is, we would say, the most flexible D'Angelico guitar. So it ranges, you can play jazz with it, but it also works well with blues. So you can put some overdrive to it. And it's one of the most popular D'Angelico models. Available
Very
in different,
nice knobs. Very
different-
nice.
Yeah.
And it feels really smooth.
The knobs?
Not the balls.
Oh. Not the balls, the knobs.
And all these guitars, this is of course a new interpretation of a D'Angelico guitar. A guitar of that type was not available during the days when John D'Angelico lived.
Probably
But,
not with black hardware and all blackness.
Correct, but also with these new interpretations, D'Angelico is always using these typical trademarks of D'Angelico, like the classical headstock of D'Angelico, that stair step design that you can also find in the mechanics, on the truss rod cover, on the pickguard, and of course the classical tailpiece with the stair step design. So that's
Yeah,
a very
it's mirrored
very
everywhere.
obvious. It's the correct. It's the so you have these round shapes, the guitar itself, and then these stair step design elements. So
For
it's a
this,
nice
we
contrast.
probably need something like an overdrive.
No, you can do it clean first
Oh, yeah, you
to show the
you do your
flexibility.
clean
So
thing.
it's also a
But
jazz
you have
guitar.
your board here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would also have my board. Yeah.
How fast can we plug that in?
Yeah. Let's see.
We'll just smack it on the ground and see what happens.
So the compressor's on.
Compressor. Change the pickup.
I think the reverb is coming from the amp, right? The reverb is coming
Yes.
from the amp. Yeah. Okay.
We have a reverb here. We have the Bellwether, which is a delay. I know
That's
that.
the analog delay. The descent is a reverb. It's
Okay.
actually much more than a reverb.
Now it's dry.
This is much more than a reverb. So it's also a shimmer and a reverse reverb effect with an octaver built in. So
Crazy stuff.
okay, let's hear.
Nice.
It's all the way up.
He's waiting.
Okay. Yep. So there's another semi-acoustic guitar style that I can also show.
Let me check that out. Very light. Whoa. I like the knobs. string action. Nice warm and round tone, which you expect. Tuning a little bit more is good. Give me a little bit of drive. What do we have?
Like the Voyager, right?
It's a mild overdrive, yeah. It's like.
Not really, come on. I can imagine that with a lot of gain this could be fun. Devin Townsend plays hollow bodies now, or semi-hollows.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows how to do heavy sound, it's, you know, it's Devi.
Yeah,
Gimme!
One moment.
Wait. He has it set up to super scream, probably.
Okay.
It's gonna explode right now.
We don't need no stinking reverb. And this is the Carmartin bandmate Rody something 15, which doesn't have a lot of chunk. It's a very slim amp in the low end, so holy. What am I looking at?
It's volume and tone.
I'd like to know if the chunk comes from the guitar or the pedal or just that combination, because if you're looking for chunk, that's a combination you should buy, which of course would make him very happy because he distributes both of them. But that's a killer combination for.
I mean, it also comes a bit from the pedal train board amp, so you need.
Of course, you need the pedal train board, because without the pedal train board, that chunk will not be there.
And only it is captured well due to the tried orbit stand.
Of course. So if you have to have that amp, of course.
With the amp, I'm not sure, but
that guitar and the Walrus audio, iron horse pedal on a pedal train board, otherwise no chunk, mic'd with this stand. Otherwise, it's just gonna be lame.
It's not the deal.
You know, otherwise. No ladies in your future. You know, no panties on the stage, nothing. This is what you need. guitar.
This is another semi-acoustic guitar with a larger sustain block. So if we are trying out distortion or overdrive sounds, that's even more suitable to a certain extent because it has a larger sustain block in it. So it can handle more of these type of tones. So it's called the EXDC for double cutaway.
Okay.
It's of course it's a
actually, you know what? I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice that this didn't have that was
a single cutaway. Yeah.
I didn't pay any attention.
But it's also larger sustain block, as I said, so it's a bit heavier than the other one.
Is it generally larger? It feels a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit larger also. Yeah, body size is different. And the EXSS is also available with gold hardware. This is black hardware now, but it is also available with gold hardware, like you see on the EXDC.
Gold hardware is always a little bit critical. It
depends on taste and many factors.
I mean, for me, gold is always a little bit. Is that just into the amp and that's it?
It's a compressor.
Without?
It's a lot fatter than this. It feels.
Also depends on where the pickup is actually, the distance between the strings and the pickup. So.
It's nice. It pushes the amp.
Yeah, it's.
That's just the amp now distorting. The reverb is taking some drive out. It's reducing the level a bit, right?
This is because there are two knobs here. One is for dry mix and the other one is for wet mix. Okay. So the dry mix is not completely on. So if I put it in,
there's a dedicated dry mix and wet mix because there's other modes also of the reverb.
I don't know how to play these things. I just know. I don't know how to do any of that. I know mellow. I can't.
But if you wanna, Larry Carl.
Larry who?
Carl.
Is it like your Roden Schweine-Typ? He always says people that I don't know. Of course I know Larry Carlton. That's a guitar player. He plays music. I know Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Devin Townsend. I know that guy with the hair,
Of course.
Brian May. Beautiful. Let's see how chunky it is. Come on. No reverb. Holy crap. Pedal clearly is not of bad design. I would say it's definitely distortion pedals for me are always hit or miss. It can be really crappy, and this is definitely not a crappy one. This is very cool. It has a very clear signature. It's not this smooth distortion. It has grit. It has chunk. It might also be the guitar, but I think the pedal has chunk.
There are actually 3 distortion modes on the pedal, but that might be, correct.
Oh, okay.
Well, then toggle me. the mids change on the left. Very cool. I definitely want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
What's the Jupiter?
That's a fuzz pedal.
Who needs fuzz? You need fuzz. You love fuzzes. I like. Hank needs fuzz. I like things that are fuzzy.
Yeah.
Like cats and dogs and. I'm not gonna say the ladies, but you know what I mean. That is nice. It goes into the harmonics.
Also with the first there are 3 modes, so that also decides what kind of fuzz style you prefer. So how much...
Broken fuzz. Very flexible.
Yeah, 3 modes for different types. Yeah. There's also bass boost that we didn't use yet, and we have the tone knob completely.
Okay, I just felt that on the first mode we had, it had too much bass. So if you can even boost that, might be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But that is very, very cool. Fuzz is always, again, hit or miss. There's some that completely only sound broken. There's some that don't get fuzzy enough. And one that sits right in the middle is difficult to find, but I have a feeling that this is. That you can get the broken kind of 8-bit fuzz sound, but also only is a little bit of fuzz
That's
in
exactly
the
the reason why you have these 3 modes on the pedal. So you can exactly find what you're looking for.
Very, very cool. Well, we're gonna look at the Walrus audio stuff in some more detail when we have time and they send us some. Us meaning me, because you don't get shit. You just get to look at stuff, okay? It's all mine. Mine! I like... You get to look too. Maybe you can touch.
That's nice.
Maybe I let him touch him. I like this. Black is not my thing because you have to clean it the whole time.
The great thing with this model is you have the largest variety of colors of all models with this model here. It's even available in sea green, for instance.
I mentioned Seafoam green because it looks awesome in Seafoam green.
It does, yeah.
It really does.
And with D'Angelico, there's also a nice variety of lefty guitars. A larger variety.
For those weird people out there who play the other way around, what is wrong with you? I mean, really? Did you get dropped on the head or something? Freaking... Am I not politically correct here? I don't know.
I don't know.
It just feels so weird. I had one student who played left-hand guitar, and I'm like, it is so weird. I turn it around and I feel like I can't do anything.
Seafoam green.
But it's awesome that, they make them for you guys. Actually, my good friend, Shane from In the Blues, great YouTube channel. You know him. He plays lefty guitars and he'd be happy to, have more variety in guitars. So D'Angelico is for him. I don't know what they're talking about. They're probably looking at porn over there.
It's guitar porn.
It's guitar. D'Angelico is guitar porn. I mean, we're finding that out right now, right? So Seafoam green would be white. That's
white is available as well, and Sherry is also available.
I like that one.
And Sherry is there.
Yeah, red it wouldn't be my thing. Oh, cherry. Excuse me. But
or grey black is also nice with black hardware or grey or gold hardware. And of course, vintage sunburst, natural tint, natural clear.
They have a lot of colors. You should go to the website. What is it? The website? D'Angelico.
It's D'AngelicoGuitars.com.
D'AngelicoGuitars.com. But I think I might go for white or seafoam green. Seafoam green for this type of guitar is just a little bit weird. It's a little bit out there.
Yeah, but it's an eye catcher, I think, and it's
and I just see now on the white one there, it had a two-piece tailpiece, and this one has
it's available
the wing. What is this called?
That's a stair step tailpiece.
Stair step tail for someone with a lisp. A stair step tailpiece. That's horrible. I'm gonna call it the wing. No single S in there. Okay, that's the wing, not the stair step tailpiece, because that's just wrong for someone with a lisp. You call it the whatever you call it. I'm gonna call it the wing. Okay? No S in there.
And there are two versions for every color. It's either stop bar or the stair step tailpiece.
What would you say how that changes the sound?
Yeah, that's difficult to say. It doesn't touch the top of the guitar. So, but to be fair, I mean, we were just getting started with the Angelico, and I have not the chance to compare both models. But if I knew beforehand that I would get these kind of, I would have prepared.
I'm putting him on the spot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he knows. He knows his shit.
Aware that we're making a movie here.
No, but I mean that's a valid question for someone who wants to pick one.
But we can maybe. We can analyze it in a dedicated video review on your channel.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, frankly, I don't give a flying rat's ass. And then again, how do you give a flying rat's ass? Is that a rat that has been thrown, or is it a rat that can fly whose ass you give? Big questions that he's looking at me like, what the fuck is he talking about? How do you give a flying rat's ass? Do you catch a rat that has been thrown, or is it a rat with wings?
I didn't even try it before. I don't know.
Okay. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. How you give a flying rat's ass? But I do not give a flying rat's ass, because if a guitar sounds good and I'm holding it and I'm comfortable with it and everything is just working out like right now, I'm having fun, then I'd say put the wing on it. There's the peppies. Because I don't look into the details of the guitar and the compound radius and this. If a guitar feels good and I'm comfortable and I get sounds that inspire me, then that's the way I want the guitar. Whether it has that tailpiece or this or... I'm not super picky about these things. The guitar needs to work and it needs to make me do things that other guitars don't.
Yeah, it's to inspire you.
Yes, an instrument needs to inspire. And the other thing, people have asked me, should I buy Gibson? Should I buy this? Should I buy this? I answered this question yesterday on Facebook. Someone asked me, I want to spend $8,000 on a guitar. What should I buy? It's very nice that he asked me. I feel super flattered. And I said, it's very simple. Music is about passion. When you play, you need to be passionate. If you're just going through the ropes and noodle down the scales as fast as you can, screw you. It's about putting emotion into the playing. And the same goes for the building. If you build a guitar and you just go through the motions to make money, what's going to come out of it? Not an instrument that is inspiring to the people that put emotion into it. So when you build an instrument, the same thing goes for the luthier or for the people at the factory. And when it comes to, I'm sorry, but when it comes to Gibson, we've all heard the reports of the factory workers saying, we hate our jobs, we want to leave here as fast as possible. So if they go to work and just slap wood together and sand it and paint, I don't care, and they are not passionate about making an instrument that will inspire great musicians, that will be heard on albums, if they don't give a flying rat's ass, however you do that, then I don't want that instrument. I want the instrument from someone who puts in passionate work and is interested in making music by giving it to someone who makes music with it. And I think the whole chain. I actually think that the guy who cuts down the tree needs to be passionate about cutting down the tree, okay? I really think that the whole chain needs to be inspired. And that's why I'm not right now big time supporting Gibson, because we've heard the reports that they're not happy. So I assume that the people who make these guitars do it with passion because it feels like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's also a master build series that will cost much more, of course. It will be a custom shop series handmade in New York. And I mean, that's the whole story with D'Angelico. The John D'Angelico, the luthier back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, where he built guitars, was based in New York. in Little Italy. And the luthier that D'Angelico now found is also based in New York. So that's the whole story, that D'Angelico is coming home. So the circle is closed, so to say, and now D'Angelico is back where it belongs in New York. And yeah, this is also
which, by the way, I have to say this. I just heard that about Fodera, because people bitch about the prices for Fodera, which are like $10,000, $12,000 for bass, and they're justifying that by saying, well, but we're building in New York. Don't know about D'Angelico, but an instrument coming out of a city where rent and living expenses are extremely high might be, I'm not saying this counts for D'Angelico, but might be higher priced because of the location where it's being built. Fodera actually justifies it because, well, we have a loft in New York where we build instruments. And because we're inspired, and that's why the instruments are so high in price. I'm thinking, personally, well, just go somewhere else and take $1,000 off the guitar. Or the bass in this case, because what do I care where you're making it? Then on the other hand, what I just said contradicts that. If I'm inspired where I live, and I'm really happy, and I'm showing that in my skill in building it, it might reflect in the quality of the instrument, which is what they are saying. Mm-hmm. So a D'Angelico guitar coming out of New York is higher priced because you have to consider the cost of living in New York City. You have to consider the cost of rent, and all this flows into the pricing structure for an instrument.
And in this case, these are also handmade custom guitars,
obviously.
Of course.
And what price range are we looking at there?
Well, we don't have them in Europe yet, but in America, it's around about $10,000 for a custom shop, D'Angelico handmade guitar, and they are only offering the original replicas from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
So made 60s. Like in those days. By
that's the whole idea, correct? Yeah. That you get the original D'Angelicos are impossible to get because, there are 1,200 instruments in total that John D'Angelico built. Every instrument was hand built, and these guitars are now all in the houses of rich people, I guess, or in museums or whatever. So, So
it sounds ridiculous, 10,000. But then again, if you buy a Nick Huber and you buy a semi-hollow, jazz guitar from Nick Huber, the Riedbergen, you're looking at a minimum of 10, probably more like 12 or 13. And if you want a jazz guitar, it is more difficult. There is more acoustics happening. Mm-hmm. Okay, it is more like an acoustic guitar. Talk to a classical player. If you tell a classical player $2,000 for a guitar, they laugh. They spend 15, 20 on their first instrument without a question. So
and here we are talking about acoustic instruments. Yes. These are all hollow body guitars.
So in this world, spending 8 or 10 grand on a custom built guitar is what you're gonna have to fork over. Then on the other hand, these Korean made D'Angelicos feel great, and they sound great. They feel like great guitars in their category.
There's a standard series made in Korea. That's the one that we are looking at. There is a USA Pro series, double the price, so 3,000 approximately, with solid wood also. And then there is the Master Build series that we just talked about.
So in any price range, again, the Korean ones we're looking at about 1,500. But this isn't. First of all, the Koreans know how to build freaking guitars. Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah. And the Chinese are learning how to build good guitars now too. So at 1,500, we're, I would say, the mid-price range for a semi-hollow guitar. If we're looking at a 335 or something, then we know that Gibson and other companies are definitely above that, quite a bit above that. We know that there's a lot of stuff happening below, but it's tough without doing an A, B or something, but feel-wise, they feel like a high-end guitar to me. Yeah. They definitely don't feel like a cheap instrument. No. And if you're in the market for something like this, but you don't want to fork over $3,000, which doesn't necessarily guarantee you a higher end guitar. Exactly. It doesn't really guarantee you that you have a better instrument.
Also, made in USA doesn't mean anything. Also, if you have a made in USA guitar for the same price, it's definitely not said that it's necessarily better. By no means.
Yeah.
No means at all. Yeah.
It's, Fender US versus Fender Mexico. Well, the Mexicans actually have the better gear down there because the factory is newer. And made in the US is also made by Mexicans because both factories actually employ Mexicans. for me, lately, the Mexican Fenders have been better guitars than the US at a lower cost. Then again, right now, I'm not gonna touch a Fender in any of my videos ever again. Things happened with them, so, okay. But there's nice alternatives. Of course, Fender doesn't make something like this. Yeah, I'd be very happy to show these guitars in some videos for the people that are interested in those. We've already shown them here, but we're gonna go...
There's much more models.
There are more models, and we're gonna go more in depth. We're gonna not bore you anymore right now. We're gonna turn the cameras off, make more coffee. This guy needs to go and work. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk a little bit more in private. No, we're not gonna be naked. Are we gonna be naked? No. No. He's like, oh, whatever happens, happens. I mean, I don't know what... I'm gonna play you out with a little bit of a ditty that I just wrote. It goes like this. What do we have on here? Nothing. Whoa, that's good output.
No, there's the reverb.
Little reverb. Okay, that's good. I don't know what I'm doing. What the... That's good. So, Mario von Helden from FACE, supplying us with really cool stuff, with balls, and they had to come back.
Steel balls.
Steel balls of steel! And Alex, whatever, that Russian guy that sometimes hangs around here.
But it fits to the metal philosophy here, not? With
Yeah, of course,
balls.
metal balls. Come on, steel balls. You need those.
Yeah.
Your amp will sound more metal if you mic it with those stands.
Definitely.
It is true. It is, as Steve Bailey put it, you've heard it on the internet, and everything that's on the internet is true.
Of course. Yeah.
Right? So, you heard it here, so it must be true. I'll see you nutzos in my next video. Go away now.